Cześć wszystkim, Karol z tej strony, witam w pierwszym odcinku. Zagrajmy w Daxter the Precursor Legacy na konsolę PlayStation 2. Sporo minęło czasu, kiedy ostatni raz coś nagrywałem. Bodajże to był drugi odcinek Minecrafta z serii ten, co dziury kopał. Minecraft jakikolwiek jest na wstrzymaniu, niestety. Ale nie jesteśmy tu po to, żeby rozmawiać o Minecrafcie, tylko jesteśmy tu po to, żeby grać w Jacka i Daxtera. Trochę o tej grze. Jest to gra wykonana przez studio Naughty Dog, przez twórców tak popularnej gry jak Crash Bandicoot, czyli wszystkim dobrze znanego Liska. Tą grę gram więcej niż 10 razy. Wszedłem za każdym razem, co w nią gram, zawsze mnie zadziwia. Fabuła jest naprawdę, nie mogę powiedzieć, że jest wspaniała, ale jest naprawdę dobra, warta zagrania, bardzo polecam tą grę. Więc bez owijania w bawełnę bierzmy się do sedna, czyli zaczynamy nową grę. W opcjach nie będę nic przestawiał, bo nie mam ustawionego stereomixa. Nie mam w ogóle stereomixa, zacznijmy od tego. Dźwięk z gry jest wyłapywany prosto jest wyłapywany mikrofonem w słuchawkach z głośników. Mikrofonem w słuchawkach przez słuchawki, czyli tokolwiek co słychać z głośników w słuchawkach jest wyłapywane przez mikrofon, dlatego moje słuchawki są ustawione bardzo głośno, właściwie to na maksa. No, mam nadzieję, że będzie jakoś słychać grę. Mam nadzieję, jak nie, no to na następnym odcinku ogarniemy stereomixa. Więc co, do roboty. Będzie spory, krótkowaty filmik, więc ja się uciszę.
Search for truth and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of great ego, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? Jack, I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What?
information do you two want?
We was, they was, I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Tal Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it, if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer? You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.